Hey guys!
We're here today to check out the video that finished in first place in the Patreon poll of the week, none other than Rivers of Nile with Clean. They have a new album coming out. This is the first single, and I have to be honest, the first time that I saw this video pop up on my feed and I saw Clean, I didn't realize that was the name of the song. I thought the video, this was the clean version. You know, like hip-hop artists, they released like the dirty version and then there's the clean without cursing.
There's the normal version of the song and there's the radio-friendly version.
Yeah, so the clean one is the one without any cursing and stuff. That's what I thought this was. I was like, wow, they went all edgy?
Yeah.
And now they have a clean one and then they have a dirty one? And then I realized, no, the song is actually named Clean. I was like, oh, good. They didn't go all, I don't know, all hip-hop on us.
Or it could have just been the video. It's like the Safe for Work video.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Like, you mean without boobs and shit like that? Without nipples? Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, that would have worked too. Now I'm a little bit disappointed because now I know that's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's check out this new Rivers of Nile. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it up.
I want your money, your time. I want your patience and your pride. I'm a restless innovator, and I'm working overtime. So heaven help me. And the dollar defend me.
That ending there is very Chris Jericho. And we'll never be clean again. Did you get that a little bit of a Chris Jericho vibe with that ending? That in the beginning.
whole song had a very good vibe to it.
Oh fuck, this song is epic. And the beginning with the I want your money.
I want your money.
I mean, truer words have never been spoken by a musician.
Exactly. I want your money.
I think they should, whenever they go back on tour, this should be the first song of the set. And then he should pause. He goes, the merch stand is over there, so hit it up. I mean what I'm saying. I really want your money.
Or he says it before he starts the song.
Yeah, the merch stand is over there. And then he goes, I want your money. Maybe. Whatever works.
Whatever works.
But either way, it's a nice segue to tell people to go to the merch stand. Meet us at the merch stand. I'm going to let you go first. Rivers of Now. What do you think about this clean?
Wow, man. This is... I mean, this surpasses Rock Pile material.
From what you saw from them live at the Rock Pile?
Yeah. But I felt like when we went to go see them at the Rock Pile, I liked them. I wasn't...
You knew maybe a couple of songs, you were not as much into them.
I was not as much into them. And also, I had not child's tongue at the time, but I was...
For you at the time was either... It was either Sabaton or
No, not
or
really.
Burst.
I was slowly moving into heavier stuff, but this was like the transition moment, right?
Yeah, I think from that time on is when
So
you
I
started
couldn't
getting more into
appreciate
Beyond
it.
Creation and stuff like that.
I couldn't appreciate it as much as I can now, and I fucking love this. I mean, it started
This song
off
is killer.
super heavy. How I like it to start off with some clean vocals, which I really enjoyed. Those clean vocals, kind of
Coming from the background.
coming from the background. Yeah,
I thought it added so much life to the song. It made the song dark and
it made
sinister.
the song even darker. But then there was that big portion of just you vibing with the different stuff that's being thrown at you, like the keyboard, that guitar, the whole
The solo was
atmosphere.
incredible.
The atmosphere the song was really giving you, and all these neon lights, which
Okay, so sorry to interrupt you, but you talked about two things that I feel like important. One of them is the keyboard. That section there, it felt very psychedelic, like psychedelic rock.
Yeah, but it
like
went
from the
with the
70s.
Whole, it went with the whole look at the video with all the neon lights. Because whenever I think of neon lights,
But it didn't feel broken from the rest of the song.
It felt good because whenever I think of neon lights, I always think of keyboard like that. Like that sounds exactly like that. Because I feel like they go well together. So the video going with the kind of shiny neon lights that were on the keyboard as you see him playing it, I really enjoyed that. And even the sound with it had a really good sound to it, very psychedelic, like you said.
Not outside of that portion, just in that portion. And then a little bit going into the guitar solo. The guitar solo, as it started, had a very classic vibe, like classic rock.
But then
vibe.
it slowly moved into...
Then it started to move into more technical. And I really like that. A little bit more proggy, a little bit more technical. But as it starts, that first part of the guitar solo is very, like... classic rock, which goes really well with that keyboard sound that came before, because it has also that 70s psychedelic rock feel to it. So that everything is kind of happening in a sequence, but for a reason. In order for the song to kind of have this perfect flow, it never feels broken. Even though it's a song that has incredible like ups and downs and it's all over the place. I just want to say one more thing before you continue, which is the neon thing that you're touching upon. I already have the new record from Leprous. I've been listening to it. Well, you've been listening to it because I've been playing it in the car, so you've been listening to it. I pre-recorded the review because the album doesn't come out until August 27th, so I pre-recorded the review. One of the words that I used to describe the soundscape on the new Leprous record was neon. The record has a neon soundscape. So you know, if I say to you it has a neon soundscape, now you know what I mean. It has that kind of like, you know, neon sound, like that. It's kind of hard to put it to words, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the new Leprous album has a lot of that because it has a lot of keyboards, and the keyboards sound a little bit like the way they did it here. It has more of that throwback 70s psychedelic feel to it. Even though I feel with the new Leprous album they don't go as far into the whole psychedelic realm as this one does. This song really feels that, like, it feels that 70s rock, like you're tripping on LSD or something. It just has that vibe to it during the keyboard section of the song, and then moving into that first classic portion of the solo. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. It's funny that you mentioned neon, because you didn't hear me recording the review, and I used that same word to describe how the keyboard sound comes across on the new Leprous album, which has some similarities to the way it sounds here. Not quite the same, but some similarities. By the way, that new Leprous album is sick.
It's really good.
All right. Anyways, back to the Rivers of Nile.
I mean, I don't know what else to
don't know what else
really go at here.
I just want to think. I think we talked about the keyboards. We talked about the guitars. I think there's two things we need to touch. One is the drums, because I felt that the drums kind of were like the conciliary of the song. They kind of let you know when the song was moving directions, when it was going from...
Because everything would stop, but all you would hear was the drums.
The drums was kind of the kickstarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It kind of had a little bit of that...
They were the fill-in.
Yeah.
They filled in the spots that didn't have anything.
And then they told you when it was going to the heavier stuff or to downgrade to something a little bit more melodic. So I really like the guitar. I mean, the drum sound throughout this track is really important. I really like it. The guitar solo, the guitar playing is phenomenal. But let's go back to one more thing before we call it a day, and that is the vocals. Those harmonizing vocals in the background, they're so dark, they're so ominous. In my opinion, they give so much life to the song. And then when you have the harsh vocals coming on top, it makes the harsh vocals feel 1,000 times heavier. But those harmonizing vocals are so well done that you almost forget about the harsh vocals. They're kind of mesmerizing.
For me, I like them both, but I really enjoyed the harsh vocals, especially after the big part where it was like...
When you get the keyboard, the guitar solos.
And then after that drum again, it builds back up to end the song off with some harsh vocals, which we haven't heard for a while in that song.
Yeah, you almost get them predominantly at the start, and then you get them at the end.
At the end.
And in the middle...
I think at the end, I enjoyed them a lot more because of that middle part that was very melodic and bringing you to different places.
Almost progressive to a certain extent.
And then it hits you with that harsh vocals, and I feel like the harsh vocals there were really, really good, and they were better than the ones at the start because of that.
I think when you're looking at the song construction, it gives you a sense of going full circle, because the song kind of finishes with the same intensity as the way it starts, and then in the middle, it kind of takes you on a journey. It gives you like different things for you. It's like you're going through a food tasting. In the middle, you're getting different things to try out and to taste and experience. But the beginning and the end kind of come together as one, because it finishes as strong as it started. And I really like that start, because right off the bat it's like boom, we're here. And then it kind of
feel
like
the end. You
forgot about it because it happened so long ago.
But that's why it's so good, because it's so good at the start, but then the journey you're taking during
makes you forget about
it, and just makes you're here in the now, and then it hits you with those harsh vocals at the end, and I think that's the real kicker.
Man, this song is incredible. I really like this track. I really, really like this track. And the video, simple, but adding the neon lights, which adds to the soundscape, which adds to the atmosphere, was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You know, I love it. I love it. This was a great pick from the people on Patreon. I'm glad this didn't finish last. So I'm glad this was number uno.
Number uno.
All right, guys. This is it for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.